Hello and welcome to the Soil Cores video on how to use a gas-powered corer. Our group, the Soil Core team, received funding from the USDA NRCS to help train qualified individuals to perform soil health testing. The goal of the CEMA is to monitor soil carbon before and after an NRCS implemented conservation practice. For more information on how to be a qualified individual for CEMA 221 in the Western States, please visit our website at boisestate.edu. Step 1. Prepare before you dig. As a qualified individual, completing a CEMA 221 contract requires you fill out paperwork with the following information. Note that the Soil Core team has created a field questionnaire to ensure all pertinent information is captured. Be sure to call 811 to check for utilities or the regional equivalent. Label your soil sampling bag to have date, farm as written on CEMA contract, field ID, sample depth, and sample location number. Place flags in the 6 to 9 locations of the field where the soil samples will be taken. Be sure to have the equipment you need to fill out the paperwork for CEMA 221. This is covered in our tool SOP. You are now prepared before you dig and can get your coring equipment ready. Step 2. Prepare gas-powered corer equipment. There are several options for soil coring equipment. You can visit our website at boisestate.edu/soil conservation and navigate to the Tools page for more information on the tools you can purchase. You can also talk to your local NRCS field office or Conservation District Manager to see what options they may recommend. In the gas-powered corer kit, you should have gas-powered hammer, internal rod with a split core, corer tip, hex quick pin and a snapper pins, and a telescoping auger. Each function of the item listed is described in our Tool Standard Operating Procedure, or SOP. It is important to note that the threads between the auger tip, the split core, and the hex quick pin can get stuck together due to soil wedged between the threads. To prevent the pieces from getting stuck, we recommend Teflon tape on both sets of threads. You may need to reapply the Teflon between intervals and sample locations if the tape rips. Step 3. Take your first soil sample interval. Start the gas-powered hammer and let it warm up for 2 to 5 minutes. Remove biomass from the surface of the soil where you will be digging. Stand the corer upright and carefully place the gas-powered hammer on the top of the corer. Pull the trigger to accelerate the engine. Try feathering the trigger at first to make sure the engine is warm enough. The engine will start to wind down if the engine is too cold. To ensure accuracy and prevent the tool from breaking, be sure the tool is level at all times. Check the internal rod to see if you've made it to depth for your first increment. For the 30 to 60 and 60 to 100 centimeter depth intervals, you can take multiple cores using the 15 centimeter core, or you can switch to a longer core to take the sample all at once. Once at depth, take off the gas-powered hammer, but leave it running. Be sure to place the gas-powered hammer face up so the engine does not come in contact with any dry vegetation. Gently tilt the core and lift it out of the ground. You will likely be able to pull the first 0 to 15 centimeter section out of the ground by hand, but if not, use the jack or T-post puller. It can be helpful to twist the core as you pull up, however only twist clockwise as to not unscrew the core. Empty the soil into the appropriately labeled bag. Adjust the label if you did not get the full sample size. This is to ensure the bulk density measurement is accurate. If the soil falls out of the split core when you remove the core tip, you do not need to reapply Teflon. If the soil is stuck, you can use a rubber mallet to bang out the sample. Step 4. Continue to core the next 3 intervals. For CEMA 221, it requires that in one sample location we collect 0 to 15 centimeters, 15 to 30 centimeters, 30 to 60 centimeters, and 60 to 100 centimeter intervals. In between each of those intervals, we recommend augering the hole using the telescoping auger to reduce the friction of your next coring sample. At the deeper depths or different times of year, when the ground is more dry, the corer may get stuck. We recommend using a jack puller to remove it from the ground. Detailed instructions on how to use a jack puller can be found in the tool SOP. Step 5. Repeat sampling on your next locations. CEMA 221 requires 6 to 9 locations are sampled within one 10-acre area of interest. All 4 intervals, 0 to 15, 15 to 30, 30 to 60, and 60 to 100 centimeters, must be captured at each of these 6 to 9 locations. Now you know how to use the gas-powered corer for CEMA 221. Visit our website or contact us at soilconservation@boisestate.edu if you have any questions. Follow us on social media for any updates on a field training near